I'm Divine Sade if you're new. So, guys, we're going to be exposing Prince. Yes, I know that sounds crazy. Me exposing Prince. LOL. And I'm saying that because literally, I have always been a huge fan of Prince since I was a child. I've just always loved Prince music. I grew up around older people, so my aunts and stuff, they would always like play Purple Rain and stuff. And I just loved his movie. I loved his music. I just always loved Prince. And I had to come to terms with Prince was a deceiver. And it was easy for me to do this video because I know so much about Prince. Shout out to everyone who has done a video already, exposing Prince, because I have a very close attention to detail, and there's just something about me. So I'm just gonna point out a few details, say who he playing, and we're gonna move on. Okay. So Prince was born the 6th month, which was June, and he died on the 3rd month. So you see the 6 and the 3. Okay. Prince died in Paisley's Park. So that's 3 P's. And I didn't really look into what the P's mean, and he also loved purple and Purple Rain. So, P's are really, really important to this man, right? So the 3 P's, he died, he's in the 3rd month. That's, wow, I didn't even notice that. And yeah, so he's 5'3", very short little dude. So the reason why I highlighted June is because he's a Gemini. So Geminis, I'm sorry, but I do not like Geminis like that. Geminis is my least favorite zodiac sign. I've always just felt weird around Geminis. My best friend is actually a Gemini though, and I really love her. She's a good type of Gemini. But I also had friends who were bad type of Geminis. Like, I've had a lot of encounters with other Geminis that are just like, So that's my least favorite sign, is Geminis. So as a Gemini, there are 2 very different sides to you, and sometimes it can freak people out, okay? Prince is a Gemini, Tupac's a Gemini, and there's many other celebrities, A-list celebrities, and duality playing celebrities, and influential celebrities that are Geminis, and they are all deceivers, okay? Because their role is to play the duality role. And I'm starting to think sometimes their birthdays are fake and all this other stuff. But we're going to, get deeper into that later. So Prince played the huge duality role. Number 1 on my list for playing duality role is Tupac. 2nd is X. 3rd on my list is Prince, okay? So Prince played the duality role, and he put it out there a lot. You can see when they wear black and white or just have their hair split in 2 different colors and stuff. So this is a picture with him and his wife, ex-wife, I don't know which one this is. And majority of his suit is black, and then he has a stripe of white, and then he has a stripe of white on his sleeve too, okay? And that's duality. So he's playing most of the black side, okay? Check out my video about symbolism. I really talk about every single little basic thing that you need to know about symbolism, so you can go farther into looking into what this stuff mean. I try my best to do a lot of research with that and go on like different search engines to find stuff about that. Today I came around this really nice article written about someone, and basically they were talking about the Masonic checkerboard duality symbolism. So I like what they said in the beginning paragraph. They said this is used because black and white is a symbol of duality, yin and yang symbol, as you guys know, or the base of consciousness. Base consciousness is important because it is where all other states of mind arise, okay? So I like what they said. They said, personally, I like to think that the checkerboards are also symbols for the celebrities being pawns, okay? So them being pawns, let's think about a checkerboard floor, or let's think about, let's play chess. Let's play checkers, okay? And let's look at the board, okay? So let's look at the board as the world, okay? And their role to play. And the pawns, the little playthings, right? And let's say the people playing are the niggas running the matrix, or whatever we live in, whatever you want to call it, guys. And they use each celebrity as, okay, so you're going to play the black side. So let's say black side is 90% of the world. 90% of the world, we look into someone who is either anything close to down to earth, whether you like art and one of your favorite artists love art too, and they're just always down talking about art and posting art, whether you're a very much provocative person, so you love provocative people, so they put these celebrities in place with these personalities and these traits and these zodiacs and stuff to make us like them more, you know, put them on that's duality right there, you feel me? And then you have the white side. The white side is like, hey, we supreme, we above you, and you gonna idolize us, and we're gonna lead you and deceive you. And they play both sides, right? Now you have some people that only play the white side, you have some people that only play the black side, you have some people that play both, right? And a lot of bigger artists, the ones that are really being used, and a lot of the conscious artists are very much duality deceivers, okay? And that's what I've came to, you know, conclusion with. So these are Prince album covers. So all his album covers are very much you know, symbolic to something, very much, you know, always just they're just very, very, very symbolic, okay? So his popular album that came out in 1981 was Controversy. If you look, he said Love Thy Neighbor, he said Annie Christian, Sentenced to Die, President signs Gun Control Act, Do You Believe in God? So as you see, he is coming for the aspect of religion, because he says love thy neighbor, sentenced to die, and just basically Prince felt like the world was going to end. And I'm gonna get into that of why he loved the color purple so much too. So in this, I didn't notice this until now, he is wearing black and white duality in his album cover, and the white is being shown in a square triangle type of pyramid thing. I just noticed that. And then he has on a purple blazer, okay? And look at this. Look at the pin on his... Wow, I didn't even notice that until now. The checkerboard pin on his jacket. Wow, that's crazy. So right here is another album cover, One Eye Symbolism. I circled it for you guys. He's doing One Eye Symbolism here again. The title of this album is Prince and the New Power Generation. And this is where the song Diamond and Pearls was on this song. And I'm going to talk about diamonds in a whole nother video. So then you have this album, which is Sign O the Times. So the O, people didn't really notice the O, but he has it as a peace sign. The real song is as a peace sign. The O is as a peace sign. But you know, like... Apple Music and stuff, and you know, our keyboards are not, we ain't got no peace sign on our keyboard besides emojis, right? But it is a peace sign, you know, if you go get the album, it's a peace sign or whatever. And a peace sign, like I said in my symbolism video, please go check it out. The peace sign represents a broken cross, okay? And this is something they use to deceive us. So they have us throwing up little peace hand gestures and stuff. And I do it myself. I be throwing up the peace hand gestures because when I was growing up around 2010 era, all that cringy weird stuff we did, and it was cool, but to get like used to the hand gestures and the tongue out and, you know, all that LOL type stuff, right? So that peace sign and all these little peace movements and these racial illusion peace movements and, you know, all that stuff, all fake, all scripted, all like written out to deceive us and don't really mean what we think it mean. For example, BLM doesn't even mean what we think it means. This peace sign doesn't even think what you think it means. Okay, it's actually a broken cross, literally. So, yeah. And then this is the album cover of that, and he is doing One Eye Symbolism. And even the car is doing One Eye Symbolism. It has a light on the left side, and on the right side, the light's out. And that's crazy because he's showing his left eye, okay? And then you have him doing the duality thing again. The background is zebra print. So Prince was also a sex beta kitty, okay? Prince was one of the most provocative men in history, probably, in the music industry. Even performed on, I think, MTV one time, like in the 90s or whatever. And he literally just had his ass out. Seriously, just had his ass out. You know, very provocative person, very much sexual person. I have nothing against that because sexuality is part of spirituality, but he was playing a role of this. You know, he was meant, his job was to oh, I'm gonna be on that spiritual side, the Zen master side. But he was playing a role. Like, no matter what, he was playing both sides of duality. He ain't on our side. We fall in love with these people because we think, oh, they said this, so they love us. Oh my God, they said this, so they relate to me, you know? And this man has told me so much from certain books I've found, you know, certain things I've read that he's brought up and stuff. But at the end of the day, he's not on my side. He's not. So, red and black, Masonic symbolism, background is the zebra background. And then I don't know what's up with the studs on the jacket thing. He did that in the first picture too. Oh my God, look again. Wow, he has a checkerboard little button thing. That's crazy. I didn't even notice that. And he was just a sex slave in this industry, okay? So we try to relate to these people based off, you know, them being close to something that we like. Oh, they were the same sign as us, or they like the same color as us. And that's how they draw us into really liking these people, but they're not on our side. Simple as that. So now you have this picture, and this ties into like the weirdness of Prince being this mixed black dude infiltrated in rock music, but they didn't give him the rock title because he's black. And they, in a sense, fugazied him out. Like, he is on full makeup and the way he dressed and everything. And look here, devil horns, you know, doing it slightly, you know, but deceiver, mainly just a deceiver, very much. You have him as a wax figure. I'm so convinced this is a wax figure. Yeah, this has to be a wax figure. Yeah, that's a wax figure. Then you have him with these men. These are men. So I'm gonna have a video coming out on bone structure and how to tell what is what, because it's getting harder and harder to tell what is what. So I'm having a video coming out about that. You see how he's dressed. He's so petite. Like, he's a little petite person. I'm not even kidding. I think these are men right here. Yeah, these are dudes. These two people on the side are dudes. So in 1997, he had an interview with Chris Rock, and Chris Rock asked him a real question that everyone was wondering for years, if, in a sense, was Prince gay, okay? And Prince said that, I think I was just being who I was, being the true Gemini that I am. Red flag, the Gemini thing. I tried to tell you guys the Gemini thing. They love, these Gemini artists are such duality MFs and gatekeepers and shit, and they love to blame it on the fact that they're a Gemini, okay? And he was like, and there's many sides in that as well, okay? Bottom, he was like, and then there was a little acting going on too. Okay. Here's another article. Someone asked him it again, and he never says yes or no. And I just noticed that. Someone asked him, was he? And he said, well, there's something about me, I know, that makes people think that it must stem from the fact that I spent a lot of time around women. Maybe they see things I don't, okay? He never really answers it fully and says whether he is or not. And then you have Prince and his sister right here. So right here, he has 3 fingers on a 3-string guitar. They only showed the 3 sides. Then he's wearing the cheetah print, which stems from the Beta Kitty, sex slave. Even when he's fake dead, he's a sex slave. And then he's even wearing black and white, the checker thing going on, duality. And then that's the sister right here, aka him. Boy, you know that's you right there. Like, you can't even lie and say that ain't you. Like, we see your eyes, boy. We see you. Same person. And that is something he, like, look at the lips, dude. Same person. So anyway, Prince has a song called Sister. And in the song Sister, he's talking about basically how he had sex with his sister. And right here, he says she only wanted to turn me out. I think that is very telling from the fact that, you know, I believe Prince is a woman. I believe Prince is both genders. Like, he plays both genders, but I think he is a woman. And the fact that he says she only wanted to turn me out, okay? And if he was a woman and he did that with his sister, and he's referring to she only wants to turn me out, meaning like he switched over and liked girls. So that mean, y'all understand what I'm talking about. So this thing says, did Prince really sleep with his sister? Question mark. And then now let's get into this movie. Prince had a movie 4 years into being a very popular artist. So his movie came out in 1984. You really do not see that. That's the rarest case of any celebrity ever getting an autobiography about themselves. So favorite color is purple. I went deeper into looking up what purple meant. Purple is under the category of subversion, and in that category, Elite Suicide Squad is there, and he did commit suicide. And let's talk about his death for a minute. He was found by elevator or whatever, and he has songs. I forgot what that song is called, but he said, "We're not gonna let the elevators bring us down." He refers to the elevators as the music industry, devil, and other bad entities. Entire death is scripted out, just saying. And in the movie Purple Rain, there's a scene that I found that I never noticed until yesterday when I was watching the movie to get more comfortable with like exposing this dude and find out little details. I was paying really close attention to the movie. He plays in his own movie, and literally there's a scene where he's hanging himself, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys that at the end. I could not find this scene anywhere else, so I had to record it from my TV, literally. So, and then it says right here, purple, it means like these authors themselves as the abusers. So these people see themselves as the abusers. And then purple, it says, is elite status, which is true. I feel like people that play the duality role are really much elite. And I highlighted every word that had a TY. So it says Tyron Purple. And then it says Tyree. And then it says Tyron again. And then real quick, what did purple mean to Prince? Basically, he felt like, purple meant the end of the world, revolution. And purple does mean revolution. If you guys seen the big presidential little thing they had, everyone was wearing purple. Necessarily, I do not believe the world is going to end. I do just think that it's going to change to the point of not being seen as what it is, that we've known. But hey, that's whatever. That's a whole nother topic. Not going to get into that. So, yeah, he just felt like the world mean apocalypse and, chaos and all the other stuff. And revolution is a big part because he had a group called Prince and the Revolution, which was his band. So Prince, he overdosed. They love overdosing these people. He had other names also known as, alter egos, and go check out my alter ego video. So he has a symbol as his name. He changed his entire name to a symbol to get away from the music industry and all the other stuff. Then he had the name the artist. He had Joey Coco. He had the kid. He had Alexander Nevermind. He had the artist formerly known as Prince. He had Jamie Starr. He had Tora. He had Christopher Tracy and Camille. I talked about Camille in my alter ego video. Please go check it out. And then let's talk about how he had Jamie Starr. I didn't even notice that until now. But you guys know Jeffree Star. And you know what Jeffree Star is and what he does and his purpose on the YouTube platform and being the way that he is. There's two R's and Star with this little character he has right here. I think that just kind of proves my point of him just being what we think that he's not, when it comes to gender, okay? So I looked up when he became popular, 1980s. 4 years later, he gets a movie. And so with his will, so his sister, okay, there was no will, So his sister ended up collecting the 300 mil network, okay? So basically, yeah, so the fortune was gave to Tyka, his sister. So Tyka Nelson, she's 61 years old right now. She's married to this guy, Maurice, and she has children and, all the other stuff, okay? So Tyka is 50, Tyka and Gematria equals 57, and Prince died at 57. Y'all see the connect? Y'all see it? That's crazy, right? So shout out to Conscious X. Thank you so much, babe, for helping me with the Gematria thing. Guys, I don't know anything about Gematria. I truly don't. So Amir literally was his son's name. and his son died at birth, and that's another coincidence because, you know, he's a woman. How could he have kids with another woman? You feel me? So it's only right that they would fake the kid's death, right? So Amir and Def Hoax, he put him in the cipher and sent it to me, and in the reverse full reduction, basically it all equals out to both 40. Like, it was all planned out and scripted, and the numerology is all linked together too with this one. And he tried to break it down to me, but I'm not good at math, so I can't tell you guys. But yeah, it all links together. So if you're good at math, you can go like look this up and link it all together. Same numerology with all of it. So then you have Def, you have Prince, you have Killing. So 38, and then you have 38 3 times. That's crazy. 3 times of 38. That's crazy. And so the full reduction of Prince and Killing is 38. And then you have Def and Prince in the reverse thing is 97. And then you have reverse full reduction 34 and 43 with Prince and Killing. You just swap those two out, and then, you know. And then you have, this is a picture of Prince's sister. This is so Prince. Like, I can tell y'all just from like the little poses and like the hair color, because he would do that. He would get the little highlights and stuff, and the nails are colored. Like, this is something he would do. Like, watching his interviews and like being such a fan of him since I was a kid, like, this is something he would do. Like, look at the eyebrows, the arch, the makeup, the glasses with the purple butterflies, even the way like it's posing right here. Yeah, this is him. Definitely him. That's definitely him. It really is. So they tried to say that this was Prince's sister back in the 90s or whatever. This is the only picture I could find of the sister, right? And this lady looks nothing like this lady. I don't know. They don't look alike to me at all. They tried to claim like this lady, her, was on drugs, okay? And I'm gonna show you guys the interview, because she was like, oh yeah, Prince got me clean, my brother got me clean, yay. I had bad drug addiction. You can tell that they were not siblings. I don't even think Prince had siblings. You know, Google will say that he has siblings, but guys, I've watched Purple Rain through and through so many times, his autobiography. Ain't no sibling in sight. He put mom, dad, and him in there, but no sibling, you know? That's very confusing, because how you gonna have a whole autobiography about you but no siblings, okay? So another thing, she wearing homie chain. I know a lot of you will probably be like, oh, she's wearing it because she loves him, da 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 da, you know, that's her brother, she's repping her brother, da da da. Nah, homie just being conceited, wearing his own chain. And she makes music, and honestly guys, I'm just going to show you the song and some interviews, but that song is all I need to hear to make me like know that that's Prince. Literally, that's all. Literally guys, it's only like a little verse and just the vocals. I was like, that's Prince. LOL, that's Prince. And someone comment on one of the videos or whatever and was like, Prince in drag, and that's true. This is Prince 100%. So Prince is playing the role of his sister. I believe the entire thing was scripted out from the beginning, and it makes me believe that, you know, a lot of these people's entire career is scripted out, and we're so emotionally attached to these people that we get hurt and affected subconsciously or consciously in our minds and stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Here's a song called Let's Go Crazy. Yeah. And it says, don't let the elevator bring us down. One time when I was with him privately, he said, you know what the elevator is, right? No. I said, no, what's the elevator? He said, well, the elevator is the devil. Right? It scared me. I don't like to talk like that, but he said that. And so for me, it was like really haunting when I read that he was found in an elevator.
E.T. confirmed the iconic artist was found dead in an elevator on Thursday. L.A. Reid says he believed Prince to have been in good health.
Did he have health problems?
That I don't know, right? What I know is that he was really health conscious. He was a vegan. He didn't abuse alcohol. I didn't know of him abusing drugs. He worked out, you know, so, you know, that also.
Nelson exclusively tells Billboard's Claudia Rosenbaum, Prince is not resting in peace while this is going on. he's very upset what these people have done to his estate. It's really sad. Before the end of the year, Prince's estate will be bankrupt.
By my parents that he would have to take care of me, so wherever he went, I had to go to.
A couple of years ago, you did open up about some issues that you were having with substance abuse, and you credited your brother for saving your life, or helping save your life and getting you into rehab.
Yes, he did. I had a long time kind of battling those things, and after my father passed, it got really bad. And so I called up Big Bruh to help. He said, okay, when and where.
And Tycho, it goes without saying that Prince was just an enormous talent. He was an incredible musician. When did you first realise that he had this amazing gift? Because he worked very hard at it as well, didn't he?
I think I realized about 2 years ago when people started lighting up monuments and telling me stories. He's always just been my big brother, so
really?
It's like, you guys really like him that much? Really? I was shocked. I was shocked that everything lit up in purple. Very honored and, of course, very touched. But that's another reason why I'm here, because Australia...
He's still here. And that's what's so wonderful about it.